Welcome everybody to SharePoint Hackathon 2026 is starting, right, Lisa? Right.
Finally. Yes, it's right. We're here. I can't wait.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. So, of course, yesterday we have the 25th anniversary on SharePoint, which is mind-boggling. I haven't been there that long, so I'm a bit younger, maybe. Anyway, yes, but there was a lot of great demos and great content actually getting released. And the hackathon live streams are really intended for give a bit more insights and also giving additional people the opportunity to show and also talk about their career and also their SharePoint history. But again, more importantly, showcase the latest and greatest and have also the additional AMA. So if there was questions which we didn't answer, for example, yesterday's hackathon anniversary event, then you can ask those questions within these live streams. And we have 6 of these, which is a lot, right?
Hey, and there's so many great new features and capabilities. And I just can't wait what people will be building. And I'm just totally excited for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, we do have 6 categories, which are the categories which we also have for the hackathon. But before we go there, I'm going to put you on a spot, Luisa, because I know that you like these things when I do this.
Yeah, I love it.
What was your favorite feature? What you saw yesterday? Anything?
Oh my God! No! No, all of them, because otherwise people will be angry with me. So all of them.
Yes.
I will go with the safest option. All of them.
And by the way, we didn't do a proper introduction. So let's actually start with you as the co-host of today, Luisa.
Okay, so hi, my name is Luisa. I'm the M365 princess. I'm an independent consultant based in Germany. I'm an MVP since 2018.
And I'm Vesa Juvonen. I'm a principal product manager on Microsoft 365 SharePoint side of the house and helping with open source and community and hosting some of these shows. Now, on the best features of yesterday, that's a by the way, great answer from one of our great MVPs. Thank you, Luis, on that one. Not calling out anybody because somebody might get offended. So that's clever. That is really clever. Now, related on hackathon, again, we didn't have too much time yesterday to talk about what is hackathon all about, but let's actually walk this process through. So first of all, let's go to the following a few slides, and then we're going to have the real stars of the day. So first of all, the hackathon will be running from March 2nd to 16th, and that is AKMS SP at 25 hackathon is the URL. That is pointed to a GitHub, which might sound a bit scary, but it's not that scary, right, Luisa?
It is not that scary. So first of all, we all started as beginners at some point at GitHub. And second, we do have a sharing is caring initiative, which will guide you even if you're just a total noob at GitHub. And then you will be able to submit your submissions for the hackathon as well. And furthermore, contribute on GitHub to this amazing community.
Absolutely. Now, it's GitHub, but it's not code. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So GitHub does not equal just to, oh my God, you need to just write the most amazing code, but this is just merely text, because this is just formatted text. So we call it Markdown, but everything will be explained, and we have lovely sessions and lovely people who will guide you through that. And if any questions come up, they're just an entire team that will help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, go to that URL. You will find a GitHub. There's also a discussions tab on the top. If you have any questions, you will need to register to be able to have a discussion, but it's not that difficult. It's a normal registration. You need an email. You're good to go. Now, as we then transition forward on the hackathon, so let's have a look on the individual categories. So last time, well, first of all, before we go there, that's actually a great reminder. Have a look on the videos and what we released yesterday at AKMS SP at 25. So that March 2nd event was recorded, obviously. That is available, and the easiest way to access all of the videos is at AKMS SP at 25. But then I was already speeding to the categories. Let's go to the categories. That's actually
categories.
Now, what we wanted to do this time, so we had 4 categories in 2025. This time we have 6, and there's few reasons for it. I wanted to make sure that there's a spectrum, even more opportunities for everybody to join, and more opportunities for submit stories. Because again, SharePoint Hackathon is not just about writing code. You can actually, the hackathon submission is a video, and we want to walk through all of this through today a few times and with these live streams. And it's obviously written in the GitHub as well. What we're looking into is a 1 to 8 minute video in one of these categories, and one video can actually focus on multiple categories. So you might have actually created a SharePoint portal. I think, Louisa, you created quite a few beautiful looking portals at some point of your career.
Yes. A lot of those, yes.
And now it's actually even more possible, and AI is there to help you. We're going to see a live demos on that today. That would be one submission category. So you basically create a SharePoint, you go to your SharePoint, create a site, you design a beautiful looking page. That is the submission. In the video, what we would be looking into is just a video explaining that this is the design. This is how we came up for this design. And this is what we were thinking with this design. So kind of walking through your thinking on that video. What kind of videos? Well, the video can be any recording mechanism, as long as it can be shared with us. It could be a unlisted video on YouTube. It could be downloadable from OneDrive or any other file sharing systems, as long as it is available for us to review, and that is all what we're looking into.
Correct.
Now, on the other categories, mobile experience. I'm not sure if everybody noticed. Yesterday, we did actually announce some of the videos and new capabilities. There are changes related on company home on SharePoint, how the Viva Connection company home is actually going to be tackled. We do have a live stream on that one tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, where we're going to deep dive on that particular topic. But again, the mobile experience has been changed, and that is a one category. So you can create a beautiful looking UX design which takes the mobile into account, and voila, you have your submission.
Yeah. And that means all of these live streams will just like help everyone who wants to participate in the hackathon. So that is not cheating. That is just like you just like get a head start.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to see beautiful stuff today. Now, the first category is knowledge agent, and that's more on category organizing. What did we say in the category? I think we said something, tame your chaos, content chaos with knowledge agents or something like that. Now, technically, we're changing some of the naming as well, but the idea here is that we are using the AI capabilities within a SharePoint to automatically get metadata on your files, and then they are much more easily available, which is basically telling a story or telling a video on what kind of metadata, what kind of agent capabilities you are using to control your files.
Lovely.
And then the fourth category is agents with SharePoint, and this could be Copilot agent. It could be even Microsoft Fabric agent. As long as it is an agent, it could be an agent in SharePoint also. You can create agents directly in SharePoint. It could be Copilot Lite agent and so on. But as long as it's using SharePoint as the grounding data source, that is the submission story. And then you can actually explain story around that. It could be complicated. It could be even agents with SharePoint combined with SharePoint Framework, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just Copilot Studio as well, because again, and there's multiple ways we can use and take advantage of SharePoint. Quickly walking through then. Yep, absolutely, Louisa.
Can we mix and match categories? So
yes,
can
100%.
I have just like agents with SharePoint, but still just like have a beautiful UX design and then just
absolutely.
like submit in 100%. Both categories?
100%. So you can actually, your submission can fall into multiple categories. When you are actually submitting your video in the GitHub, you're selecting which are the categories which you want that to be rated. We will double check that as well, and then we can update the categories if needed. I think last time we had multiple examples of a submissions on a hackathon, which were partly UX design, mobile experience, SharePoint framework, and so on. So it was actually in multiple sections. Really awesome question. And again, SharePoint framework is the pro code to storytelling pro code, expanding and extending SharePoint with SharePoint framework, a really great option as well. You absolutely can use agent decoding, all of that stuff if you want, and there's great tooling available for that. Same for SharePoint Embedded. SharePoint Embedded is a bit of a different role because again, that's more on using SharePoint as the storage layer, but you have your custom UX. But we would be wonderful to see what kind of SharePoint embedded stories and solutions and projects are out there as a submission. Cool. Traditionally, I'm talking too much, so I do apologize.
Yeah, but so it just like basically means so basically, whatever I want to do with SharePoint, that could be just like a submission for the hackathon.
Correct. That is correct. And it's more about after 25 years in SharePoint, as the ecosystem has used that, you will find a category in any of these 6 or multiple of those categories. And that's kind of the idea. Let's showcase what can we do. The solution doesn't have to be open source. It doesn't have to be shared as source code. It doesn't have to be anything. We're just looking for those videos where you show how are you using SharePoint within your solution. Now,
but question, can I use open source tooling?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes,
so
yes,
is that 100%.
Okay? Absolutely, absolutely. There's no limitations on that, just the creative mind of the people who are creating the videos as well. Now, let's then go to the following slide where we will talk about a bit about what are the awards. So first of all, on the hackathon, we have a nice set of awards this time. Again, every single person who's submitting their video and their submission, they will get a badge, a special design badge for SharePoint Hackathon 2026. Beautiful design from our design team. We will also explicitly call out the top three submissions. We actually have also a funny submissions which we'll call out as well. So for example, the best audio, voice, or best and so on. But the top 3 for every single category will be actually called out. So for top 3 for all of those 6 categories will be called out in our blog post and in the award ceremony, which is happening on 25th of March. The winners in every single category. One team can have up to 4 people. Not 5, 4. I think that's in the rules. And every person in that winning category will get a Surface laptop as a winning award, which is really, really cool. And we'll make sure that we'll zip it for you. That's on us to figure it out. How do we get it for you so that everybody can benefit out of that? And we also always call out whenever you're participating in any of these hackathons, we do have awesome weekly community calls. So you are able to also sign up to do demos on those community calls, and because other people would love to see what you have created as part of the hackathon, which is always awesome to see.
Yeah, I love those calls, and I love all the demos, and especially the hackathon demos. They are always cool. Yeah, they are my favorites. It's just like, it's the energy of people who just like stick together and build something and then share it with everyone. That is just like magic to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this time we took a bit longer time on the intro section. We'll probably speed it up because, again, we'll have 6 live streams, but that was mainly to recap what are the rules of the hackathon and what's actually going to happen. But today, we are not really the stars of the day, right, Louisa?
We brought someone who really is the stars of the show.
We absolutely brought some people who are the stars of the day. So let us get the real stars: Judith, Caitlin, and Sarah on the call. And there's 3 presenters. Awesome to have you here. So Judith and Sarah and Caitlin, let's do a quick intros. Who are you and what's your background?
Absolutely. Well, thank you. We try to match your energy here as well, and Louis. So my name is Judith Jacobi. I'm a principal product manager, currently located in Seattle, working with, of course, SharePoint M365. And then also I hope, and I'm working on optimizing and developing the features that you will use in your, in your work, and then hopefully also in this hackathon. So I'm very excited about this.
Cool. Thank you, Judith.
All right, I'll go next. My name is Caitlin C. McCurdy, and I'm a product manager along with Judith on the SharePoint Sites and Pages team. And we've been building some exciting new features that we hope that you all will be able to utilize during this hackathon as well.
Cool. Thank you, Caitlin. And Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm another PM on the SharePoint Pages team, and I've been working on our AI authoring. And so we've got some cool demos to show with you today.
Absolutely. And thank you for the wonderful demo actually already released into YouTube already yesterday. That was really, really cool to see, but we'll see some additional demos today. So awesome stuff. But I guess then it's time for us, Louisa, to disappear on the background and let the real stars of the day to take care of the presentation, and we'll be back on closing up for the show today. But please take it away. Let's have a look on a few slides and walk through what are the latest and greatest on portals.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lisa and Louis. Really, really thankful for that. So I'm super excited to showcase the innovations everyone can be using and building on during this hackathon. Now, and you know that SharePoint portals are where organizations live, right? Over 2 million SharePoint sites are created every day. I think you all heard this yesterday, right? Making it the core system for how hundreds of millions of people communicate, share knowledge, and then get their work done. And we really think that portals are more than pages. They are now the foundation for trustworthy AI. Because really, when content is unified in a single authoritative source, Copilot and SharePoint agents have the grounding they need to deliver accurate, relevant, and then also compliant answers at the scale that you all need, right? And the more structured and richer portal content is, and this is also for this hackathon, right, the more powerful AI becomes. So really, as you build this week, think of SharePoint not just as a publishing surface, but really as the backbone for every intelligent experience that you create. Now, with this kind of, let's look at the most common scenarios SharePoint portals power today. Home sites serve as the landing destinations for entire organizations. It's the front door for news, strategy, and culture. Departmental and divisional sites connect teams around their specific goals and the content. And knowledge hubs really give employees a trusted place to find the information fast, which is exactly what makes them critical for AI grounding as well, right? And each of these pages that you see is kind of real, kind of, I said, is, real. I mean, there's some demo sites in there, right? But there are proven scenarios that we build from customer research. And they're really a strong starting point for a hack this month. And so we are really on a mission to kind of to simplify content as it is created, making knowledge instantly retrievable by both people and AI, and driving meaningful employee engagement through the experiences we build. Now, these 3 pillars that you see here, shown as modern content creation, intelligent content retrieval, and meaningful employee engagement, are really what separates a good portal from a great one. And we're going to focus on content creation. You have seen kind of all the different hackathons there are. Today is really about content creation. How do we build compelling, beautiful designed experiences that also set the foundation for all those 3 pillars, right? And here are some examples of what's possible when SharePoint authoring capabilities are pushed to their full potential. You see here 4 different sites with different purposes. They are all built on SharePoint. And what they really share is this structured, rich content that looks world-class and is fully grounded for AI, really. This is the bar that we are setting, and the challenge this week is to build something that builds on and that really exceeds on what we've shown here, right? Actually, what you see here right now, this is actually one more example. This is from the hackathon winner of last year's hackathon, Richard. I don't know, Richard, if you're online. Great job. He really raised the bar. Richard has created this for his company, and it definitely exceeded on what we kind of set out there. Now, you have seen what's possible. Let's talk a little bit on how to get there. SharePoint gives authors a rich set of tools to build pages that are not just informative, but really visually compelling. Flex sections lets you control layout with precision, and Caitlin will talk a little more about this, right? But combined with innovative web parts and functionalities, you have everything you need to create experiences that feel modern, engaging, and on brand. And these really aren't just design features. They're the building blocks of a well-structured knowledge surfaces. A page that's easy to scan and visually clear, as you see it as well, is also a page that's easier for AI to interpret and ground responses from. And AI now directly in the authoring experience, as Sarah will also show, you don't have to start from scratch or be a designer to build something that looks great. So Caitlin, will you walk us through to show how to put these tools really to work? And then Sarah, obviously, will show us how AI takes it even further by helping everyone here to generate and design beautiful pages faster than ever.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Judith. Excited to be here. And first up, I'm going to talk about flexible sections. So if we'll go ahead and move to the next slide, you can see flexible sections are the best place to start when creating your beautiful pages. With these sections, you can freely place web parts anywhere you want within a 3-dimensional canvas grid. And you can resize web parts, you can overlap web parts, and you can even group web parts together. You can also manually resize the section as well. And when you author within these flexible sections, make sure you use the toolbox on the right-hand side of the canvas to drag and drop your web parts to easily add them to the canvas. And if you want some help to kickstart your flexible sections, feel free to use the section templates that are at the bottom of the toolbox on the right side of the page. Next up, we have custom fonts. With custom fonts, you can apply your brand's theme and typography to your SharePoint site. To upload custom fonts, you'll use the Brand Center. And once you've uploaded your font via the Brand Center, you can then apply your custom font to your SharePoint site. Here you'll see me creating and updating a brand package that I've created within my SharePoint site. Once I save the colors that I want and review my theme, I can then apply the theme directly to my SharePoint site to update the colors in the theme package that's available to me. So if we move on to the next feature, the next thing that I want to talk about are design ideas. Design ideas are a great way to get more inspiration for section layouts. To access design ideas, click the paintbrush icon that's at the right of the section toolbar or the same icon that's on the right side of your page. Design ideas now work across all section types, so you can even use them in your flexible sections as well. Moving on, when you want a visual call to action, use the editorial card web part. This web part is extremely customizable, enabling authors to determine exactly what styling you want for this web part. You can adjust the text location, alignment, and the background images. And then lastly, we have section backgrounds. Section backgrounds help you differentiate your pages and sections within your page. You can upload any image to be a section background, and we even have built-in image editing directly within the canvas, so you can adjust your section background as needed. With that, I'm going to pass it off to Sarah, who's going to show you some awesome demos about how you can use AI in SharePoint to help you author, create, and edit pages.
Thank you, Caitlin. Hey folks, I'm Sarah. I'm going to be showing you different ways that you can use AI to create your pages. Let's get going. Okay, so there are two main features that you can use to make your pages with AI at this point. And those are our editing pane that's over on the left, on the right-hand side, which we're calling Vibe Authoring. So this hit public preview yesterday. And this allows you to take any change that you would make on Canvas manually and type it into the prompt, and then the agent will be able to make that change for you. The second feature we're going to highlight is one that is already in production and has been for about 6 months, and this is AI sections. So this allows you to add content to your page one section at a time based on a prompt, or it can do multiple sections as well. So this is already in product and has been for a little bit, and this was our stepping stone to getting to our full chat-based authoring experience. Let's keep going. So first, we're going to show AI sections here. If you could play the video. Oh, it's working on it. Could you start it over by chance? Perfect. Okay, so in this scenario, you can see instead of adding a normal section, I am clicking the sparkle to add a AI section. So I'm putting my prompt in, and I haven't linked any documents, but I know that AI knows the context of me and my site and my teams. So I asked it to make a section about the Smart Sections feature crew and what we've achieved in 6 months of prod. And that's enough information for it to get started because it knows who the crew is for my meetings. It knows what we're working on based on documents that I've written in chats and emails in the last couple months. And it can pull all that information together into this beautiful section for me. If you could play it again, by chance, amazing. You can see right at the start here, I have some suggested prompts that can help me get started in adding stuff to my page. So these will all work very well, but I've gone ahead and done my own custom prompt here. It's very important as you're using this feature and our full editing with AI, you're going to want to click the thumbs up and thumbs down if you get a good result or a bad result. So that sends the information back to us that this was good or this didn't go so well, and then that allows us to improve the product in the future. So that's Sections with AI. It's already in production, and you can use it today. On to the next. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm doing a little bit more. I'm creating an entire page with AI. So here you can see I'm on my chat. It's or I'm on my site. It's a Zavacor site. It's on my materials strategy. We make sneakers. So rather than starting this page from scratch, I know all of my documents are already on my site. So I've asked AI to create a page on the Zavacor 2026 materials strategy. Now, when it's doing this, it's pulling from the information that already exists. So it's not a hallucination, but it's giving me a good starting point. Once the AI is done, it has suggestions of what it can do next, and discusses the changes that it has made to my page. So this is a good start, but I want it to make the banner image better because it's blank, it's sort of out of the box. We can make it an improvement. So here you can see, just based on that prompt alone, which to be fair is a pretty bad prompt, it was able to pull a background image that was very relevant for me. Next, I'm going to start to refine the design of the page through prompts now that my content is primarily there. So I'm going to go ahead and add this picture of a sneaker. And this is really good. The way that you can interact with web parts within this chat pane is really nice, because if you're a brand new user, you don't know where any of these web parts are, you're not used to using SharePoint, you don't have to. You can prompt the chat and it will make the changes for you. You can also move back and forth between manual editing and chat-based editing. So this is really useful because in a lot of AI experiences, once you start using the chat, you're locked in. That is not the case here. It's a hybrid experience. You're working together with AI to curate and make the most beautiful page possible. So I've given it another prompt to make the page more interesting by giving some of the sections cool backgrounds. So again, this is pretty ambiguous, but it comes through from me and selects image backgrounds that go with my page and with my site. Now, there are some actions that it cannot take, like it can't publish your page, but if there's an action you don't know how to take, it will then instruct you how to do that. So in this scenario, I asked it to publish the page. It can't do that, but it did offer me some follow-up steps that it can do to improve before we get onto the publish step, and directed me through how I would go and do that. So again, for new users who may not be familiar with all of our functionality, this can be a really great way to work on your page and become familiar with SharePoint from the chat alone. So this is in public preview as of yesterday. We are very excited to see usage and feedback on it. So give us those thumbs ups and those thumbs downs. Thank you very much. On to the next.
I think we have just a kind of a recap. Sorry, there, thumbs up, thumbs down. That's on the chat, right? For
Yes.
each user perspective. Just when you're writing things, it always asks, is it a good or is it a bad one? And that is the feedback thing to actually do.
Yes, and when you send that feedback, we get to see what went well or what went poorly, which is super useful to us continuing to improve this product, especially because it's only in preview. So
yes.
It is just hitting the real world. So we're very excited to see what people can build with it, but then also the feedback so we can make it better.
Absolutely, absolutely. The feedback. We really need to know what people think about it. It's even every single AI feature, every single out-of-the-box feature, every single core feature, platform feature, everything. We need to know: is it useful? Is it something what we can improve? We always try to address that feedback. Every now and then, it will take a while to address the feedback, but it's definitely valuable for us to understand what people are feeling about the capabilities themselves.
Definitely.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, we still have one more video which is related on the graphical capabilities and elevation on something, because if I'm watching the flow, and then after that, we can actually talk a bit about the roadmap, where we are, what's in preview with everybody in the show. If that works, let's see.
Yeah, that works.
And so this is, anybody who wants to explain what this is? It's an example of a design, right?
Yeah, so this is an example of a beautiful page that you can make with our current capabilities. So this specifically is featuring a lot of our section layouts that are going to be built on our flexible sections. So as Caitlin mentioned earlier, these are your great starting points. When you want to make a page beautiful, you don't really know how to make a page yet, this can get you going.
Absolutely. And by the way, you can save your own section page templates as well as a starting point and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So definitely, if you build something cool, you can save that as a starting point for the other people in the company as well, all built in the product, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's actually get a bit more people on the discussion. I think let's talk a bit about the roadmap. I think that's the section, and then we're going to talk about a few questions after that. I think we had a roadmap slide, which we can actually walk through. So what's available now and what's coming soon or is already available in public preview. Who wants to lead the discussion? So many volunteers. We didn't agree who's talking through this slide.
I can speak to this one. So
Thank
a lot of the very exciting features that we talked about today are available now. So you can use flexible sections today. You can use AI sections, all of the cool, features that we have available, editorial cards, site branding and theming. And even what Sarah talked about today is available in private preview. So in order to sign up for the Vibe authoring experience, make sure you sign up for the public preview of that, as that is still rolling out. But everything else that we talked about today is already available for everyone to utilize. And we do have some exciting features also rolling out soon that we didn't talk about today. You won't be able to use them in the hackathon, unfortunately, but we do have even more AI capabilities that will help you create pages with AI from various surfaces across M365. So those will be coming soon, but not available yet, unfortunately.
Yes, and some of those things have kind of existed, but then not existed. So, but we're kind of fine tuning and polishing them to be a bit more polished and ready to go GA. Something what I wanted to explicitly call out on the available now. Some of these might be like, hey, wait a minute, some of these were already available a year ago, which is partly true, but we've been evolving a lot of those capabilities. For example, flexible layouts there's multiple different options on the flow of the page, and there's multiple other things which we are introducing. The hero web part and news web part has just received additional layouts as an example, starting from the new home site experience, which we're going to talk about tomorrow a bit more. So, but as an example, so all of these things are evolving all the time, which is really, really cool. So even though it might feel like, hey, AI sections, I know about this one in the past, it is getting better and better based on the feedback. Again, thumbs up, thumbs down from customers all the time. I guess that's it pretty much from there. Vibe authoring, like mentioned, starting in public preview, starting yesterday, and there is an additional video from Sarah on that one. I think, let's see if I can actually pull this off. I'm trying to learn the drill. Sarah, this question, let's go to a bit about question things. And now let's start with a super important question, which was, hey, is that a bird in the background?
Yes, that was two birds in the background. So if you saw me looking frantically around, it's because these guys were up to nonsense. This is Sapphire. I want to say hi to, and this is Joanna. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna get upset about that. Yeah, they're parrotlets, so they're angry little guys, but they keep me company when I'm working from home.
Yeah, there we go. We had those in some of the videos in the past as well. It's always good to see the people. My fellow is sleeping downstairs again. Yes,
hello,
you can barely see the nose. So, but that's fine. Let's do a few more questions. What we got? Please use the YouTube or any of the comments or tech community for questions. We'll walk them through. I don't think we had a massive amount of questions. I will actually answer this one. This one was more for the hackathon categories. So can we use the Azure OpenAI for creating the agents for SharePoint and SPFX category? And answer is absolutely yes, you can. The SharePoint plays a role within that submission, and you're probably going to use then SPFX to surface that Azure OpenAI agent there, maybe grounded on SharePoint data, and that would be a great submission, absolutely, and qualifies as part of the hackathon. So definitely welcome. Then I'm going to put Caitlin on the spot because we did get this one as a question from Right for Now. How are flexible sections digested by screen reader for accessibility?
That's a great question. So accessibility is always top of mind for us at Microsoft, and we want to ensure that everything we build is accessible. So flexible sections follow very similar accessibility patterns to that of PowerPoint, for example. So there is a manner in which the web parts will be read via screen reader from top to bottom, left to right, and as the web parts are added to the sections themselves. So it works very similar to how PowerPoint works today.
Now, because I saw another question related on accessibility from the same person, and this is a good question, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about something related on accessibility tooling. But this is really, are there built-in guidelines for contrasting text against the image? So is this readable? Kind of understanding, is it readable for people? Anybody who wants to take this?
Yeah, I can take this because oh, go ahead.
You go, Judith.
We're so excited about the accessibility checker that we have built in SharePoint as well. Again, accessibility is top in mind. Right now, when you go for certain web parts, you can just click on the accessibility checker and it tells you if the text against the image or the background is actually accessible.
So. Really, really cool. Thank you, Judith, on that one. And there is a separate video on that one as well, which showcases how it actually works. And I think we've been adding additional web parts which are supported by that tooling because it checks the different color settings, which is really, really cool. Good. And then there was a Christopher Kretz who was setting up a small business, smaller side of the business, and trying to, not super familiar with SharePoint, but really on trying to figure out on, okay, how would I know what is the right image size when I create my beautiful looking portal? Any guidance there?
Yeah, I can take this as well. I kind of want to point to that modern SharePoint pages are really fully responsive. So there's really no fixed pixel size that guarantees the consistent shape across layers on server devices, because images are automatically scaled and then cropped based on the layout and device and web port that you have. Yeah, there's some documentation I think that we have on kind of 1 column and 2 column kind of modern pages, but in general it's responsive.
Yep, definitely. So again, just recapping, reiterating, you do not need to worry about resizing the images before you can upload them. You are able to edit the image on fly. There's image tooling, cropping even, and all of that available in the box, which is awesome to see. We've gone a really long way. Coming back on the 25th anniversary yesterday, if you start thinking of where we started back in 2001, those editing experiences were not quite optimal. Now it's 2026 and it's good. It's really, really, really good. So awesome work by everybody on there. Good. Then I'm going to put myself in a spot here a bit because I know that not everybody even understands the abbreviations in here. If they have an intranet on SharePoint SE, that means subscription edition. Hackathon is a chance to migrate to SharePoint Online, modernize and unlock full AI knowledge portal. Is this aligned with the goals? And answer is absolutely. That would be a great submission to basically showcase what you had in on-premises, and then as part of the hackathon, or maybe already a bit before a hackathon, you already done some of the transitions. You are able to actually then show this is where we started. This is how we modernized that using the latest and greatest capabilities within SharePoint Online. Definitely welcome as a storytelling and a submission. And things what we actually want to see. We really want to understand how people are using the SharePoint Online as they transition to the SharePoint Online, also from on-premises. Awesome stuff. I'm just following up on any of the questions which are coming in as they're coming in. So the bird question we already went through, so that's good. Apparently, Shelby's cats are interested in watching the birds. Just calling that out. So good. So let me actually put this one. Is Copilot Studio part of O365, like O365 Copilot Agent? Will there be any additional costs on designing solutions using Copilot Studio agents like Azure Foundry agents? Complicated question, and it depends. I will take this one just to make sure that nobody feels stressed to anybody else in there. So first of all, to be able to use a lot of the AI-powered capabilities, for example, the AI generation of the pages, you will need to have a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, as in you. Now, the person who's consuming the page, they don't have to have that. So it's there's a bit of a nuanced way of handling the licenses, and all of the license requirements are obviously documented in a right way. If I tell anything which isn't true, but yeah. Anyway, and then if you're using Copilot Studio, there is a potential additional cost there as well. So please, you should always have a look on if you're using Copilot, you are the consumer of the Copilot. If you're using Copilot Studio, there might be additional costs related on how do you actually build the agents in the Copilot Studio site. So it depends on the exact details, what kind of agents you're doing there. But in this case, coming back on what Sarah was showing, just to be super clear there, you're not using Copilot Studio because you're using actually the AI directly within the context of the SharePoint. And that's where you don't have any additional costs except the Copilot license, which the user of that page generator will need to have. Hopefully that clarifies the question. Good. I'm just quickly looking this.
More questions for you, Vesa. Everything's for
sure.
you.
So I can't help myself. I'm always trying to be well aware of things which are happening. So I'm able to answer questions, even though they wouldn't fall, exactly on my extensibility or developer side of the house. And
well, now we have a licensing expert in the house.
Yeah. Thank you.
I prepared this for you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Oh, you should show it in a bigger screen one more time.
I should show it.
Yes. I am also a recovering consultant, so I know exactly what that means. One more thing, what I wanted to, for the questions in the chat, I wanted to show this one still, which is concerning proprietary data. If I take a video of the work I'm doing on SharePoint for my company and enter that to the contest, will my video be publicly accessible if it's winning entry? Answer is yes. We're trying to be super clear on that in the rules. So you should not share videos or submissions where you show any secret data or NDA data within your company, because again, we do not know if there's a confidentiality things, NDA between us or the company. So whenever you're building something, please be, or doing the video, please be conscious about the fact that you should not submit anything which shows any proprietary data or secret data or NDA data from your company. Really cool call out. Thank you, 504 Ordinator, on that one. Super important thing to actually mention, and hopefully it's super clear in the submission rules as well, but I do understand we're here for the questions, so of course we answer the questions. So really, really cool on that one. Good. I do not see that many other questions. Oh, MTC page. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Our producer is making sure that we're capturing all of the different questions, if I can actually find them. There was a question from Marina on, I cannot see that I can actually show it on the screen. Maybe Aaron can help on that. But where can we get slides for today's presentation? Thank you. You were reading my mind. That's how good he is. But that's a good question. To be honest, we haven't actually planned to share the presentation slides and the slides as such, and that's mainly because we haven't figured out really the logistics, and also we don't want to make sure that it's easier for you to access the video and maybe take screenshots out of there. But all of the video, this recording will be immediately available within YouTube. Immediately when I close up. So that's how the YouTube live streams work. And you are able to always get back to there and have a look on the slides. If there's any specific, I need to have that question or that the graphics or images, I guess you can ping any of us in LinkedIn or some way, and then we can figure out if we can get you the picture. But we're not intending to share all of the slides. Good.
I think there was one more question. Have you missed that, or did I miss it? It says from Christopher Cat said, is there a minimum company size for the hackathon, and could a solopreneur submit something? Did you cover that already?
That was no, we didn't actually. We did not address that. That's a really good question from there. So thank you from Christopher. There is no minimum company size. There is no really, we don't restrict the hackathon, and we don't actually even evaluate the submission based on the company size. So it could be a one-person developer tenant or a trial tenant, you can get trial tenant for free. Yeah, just sign up with your email and you can get a free tenant. You could design the page over there, and that's it. It could be a one-person company, and you create a submission, beautiful looking UX or a mobile experience, and submit that one as a part of the hackathon. So there is no limitations on that. And no rating based on the size of the company either. I don't think any of our judges will be rating the submissions based on the size of a company, because that's not really interesting. It's all about the inspiration and what have you used SharePoint within your submission. Good. I think we have time for a few more questions, and then we need to start propping out. There's a question from Kenny Pestman in the tech community on are all features shown in the demo available in developer tenant? So the features which are shown today, I think, Sarah, you were showing the wipe authoring and everything else. That is in public preview. So as long as the excellent. So that's a targeted release tenant, so it will be then available in developer tenant.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, and I can kind of explain the developer tenants are technically behaving the same way as the normal tenant. So as long as you are in a targeted tenant setting, probably in company level, it will basically mean that the feature is available then for you within the tenant as well. Good. Then there's two more questions. Is there a chance to saving a site as a template options? Thank you, Aaron. He's reading my mind. It's magical. Site template options without PowerShell will be brought back. Not really a topic of the day, but again, I guess I can tackle this in a matrix way and say, right now, there's no plans or ETA to provide that capability. We're looking into that. It is a really, really complex thing to do because we have so many awesome capabilities in the pages. So making that work technically is quite cumbersome, so to say, a bit challenging. So we understand the ask from a Microsoft side. We are 100% aware that it would be really awesome if we would have more flexibility on saving site as a template. Maybe we'll have a model where we compromise. Maybe it will not be the 100% whatever you have on a site, but it will be 80% or 75% at some point. But that would be better than the current situation where you cannot save the sites as a template like we used to have many years ago. But again, technology was different at the time. So no ETA, no explicit promises, but we're looking on that. Good. And one more maybe question. Will the web part backgrounds become a thing one day? Would love to add an extra pop-up color without affecting the background section. This is a critical question.
That's a great question. And right now that's not on our roadmap, but there's a little bit of a workaround. If you use flexible sections, you can add an image web part and then place another web part directly on top of that. So it's almost like you could add your own custom image background to, a news web part or any other web part that you want just by using the overlap functionality within flexible sections.
That's really clever. The flexible sections are so flexible.
They are very powerful. And another thing I wanted to mention is Vesa has done a great job working with product managers and people from our team to create demo videos for features that we showed here that we didn't get to do as in-depth demos of. So if you have any questions about anything you saw on the roadmap or anything else that we mentioned here, make sure you go look at those demo videos that have been created in the past by the Vesa and the rest of the team that are available on the Microsoft Community YouTube channel.
Absolutely. Thank you, Caitlin, on that one. Now, before we close up, let's do a quick round of it with everybody, including Luisa, you. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Now, we are now on a live stream for portals and designs and UX. What kind of submissions you would like to see people to submit within this category? So you can kind of compare on what we got last year, or is it a similar thing? What would be cool to see what people are actually submitting?
So I would be totally excited if people use the accessibility checker and just made good use of that. That would be fabulous for me. So I use accessibility features nearly every single day in my life, and I would be totally intrigued for people to utilize this more.
Cool. definitely extra points if the video covers that we're using accessibility here. It's really good.
I mean, accessibility features make things better for everyone, not just for the ones that need it. It makes it better for everyone, even for the birds. I can see the birds again. So yes, I would love that.
Sarah, what about you? What would you like to see? What people are submitting?
Gosh,
bird picture.
I would be really curious to see what sort of pages that you can get using these AI features to generate. We've added a lot of our Canvas capabilities to it already, but we know that there's more that we can do and more stuff we can add. So I'm just excited to pressure test it and see what happens.
Cool. Really, really awesome. And a great comment from YouTube related on the AI-based content creation as well. Maybe we'll do Judith and then Caitlin to summarize. Maybe I need to come up with something as well.
For me, it's definitely a combination. I want to see how you get the most important content that you need for employees to connect or really kind of to make it structured. How do you get this with the combination of AI, with the authoring, with the AI authoring, but then also kind of using your own creativity on top of it, and how you achieve this? I would really be curious how this works out.
Cool. Thank you, Judith. Caitlin?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but flexible sections are near and dear to my heart. And so last year at this time, during the hackathon last year, was when we first put flexible sections into public preview. So it was the first time that customers started interacting with and generating pages built out of flexible sections. And it was amazing to see the creativity in the pages that came out of last year's hackathon. Since then, flexible sections are now the second most used section type, and they are gaining more and more usage every week. So they are definitely the future of the Canvas and of authoring. So I'm just excited to see even more examples. You know, it's been a year since they've come out. So even more examples of how people will use flexible sections to generate beautiful pages.
And from my side, maybe I'm going to actually piggyback on Caitlin's thing. Last year, we got beautiful looking portals and beautiful looking, really, really shiny colors and kind of making SharePoint not look like a SharePoint, which is a classical joke almost. We used to do that many years ago. But with flexible layouts, you can actually make them look really outside of the typical scope. And there was beautiful stuff. I would love to see those kind of things this year as well within this category. But I'm not the judge. The judges are in the room today. That's Judith and Caitlin and Sarah. They are the ones who are going to be rating who are submitting in this category. So please follow up on their example. Good. I guess it is time to start wrapping up on this. So let's actually get me and Luisa to talk about what is the hackathon submission process? What are we expecting people to submit? And what other things will happen within these 2 weeks? So let's actually take the slide. In the slide format, it's easier to understand what's coming in here. You want to walk through the submission process, Luisa?
Yeah, so we made it really, really, really simple for you. So all the details are at aka.ns/SharePoint/hackathon. Everything is explained in detail. Once you registered, you create something beautiful or techie or just very creative. So you do whatever you want to submit. You create a video. Don't make it longer than 8 minutes because someone needs to watch all those videos. So that would be lovely. And you need to submit by end of the day of the 16th of March. And then the judges will judge. And we have a lot of live streams that might be helpful to you during this time period. And also we made a playlist for you. And on March 25th, we will do an awards ceremony where we will announce the winners publicly.
Absolutely. That's going to be live broadcasted from MVP Summit with a hybrid setup. So we're just trying to figure out on how to do that from campus during that time. But like Luisa was saying, we do have a SharePoint Hackathon playlist. In that Hackathon playlist, #1 video is also me and Luisa and Paula talking about the submission process and what are we expecting people to do. We will have other co-hosts and hosts within these live streams. Of course, we have the stars. Like today, we have Judith, Caitlin, and Sarah. the stars. And then we have David Warner joining us, Paolo Pialorsi, and Rob Nunes joining us, the co-hosts within upcoming additional live streams. Now, related on the live streams, I did include an additional thing and a list for every single live stream, just to have a beautiful looking list how it's looking. So if you go one more slide forward, here we go. So for every single day, so we have a live streams this week. Today was the Tuesday 3rd. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the mobile experience more. So it's basically the new home site experience, which, by the way, you can exclusively enable within your tenants using the roles in a hackathon as part of this hackathon. So for hackathon participants, we're able to enable this feature. It is not in the public preview yet, but it's technically public preview as long as you sign up. And there are instructions in the playlist already, and there's an additional video with DC Badur, and we're going to talk about that one tomorrow, Wednesday, 4th of March at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Then next week, we have 4 live streams. Starting from Monday is the AI organized libraries for knowledge agents. Tuesday is the agents and SharePoint. Wednesday is SharePoint framework, and Thursday is SharePoint embedded. And then on 16th of March, that is the deadline for submitting things. Wednesday 25th is the award category ceremony happening. And again, all of the details, AKMS SB at Hackathon. But I guess that pretty much sums up the setup of today. Thank you one more time for Sarah, Caitlin, and Judith joining us. Thank you, Luisa, for co-hosting to the setup. And the next time we will see, hopefully, people in person will be in Orlando in the Microsoft 365 Community Conference. Happens on 21st to 23rd of April, 2026, with some workshops in the before and after. We'll be here. A lot of the people who talked today will be also there. Hopefully, we'll see you there. But let's close it up for today, and hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to join you at the upcoming Microsoft 365 Community Conference in Orlando, Florida from April 21st to April 23rd. This event is all about the future of work, how Microsoft is redefining what's possible and how you can bring that innovation into your daily flow. During the event, Rohan Kumar, my dear colleague, who's Corporate Vice President of Purview Engineering, and I will share Microsoft's vision for securing the new era of AI, showing how frontier firms are protecting their data, identities, and models amid this rapid AI adoption. We will highlight how we're embedding security and governance into every layer of our AI platforms, and how we're unifying Purview, Defender, Entra, Sentinel, and Security Copilot to defend against threats. You will also hear directly from the people building the products you use every day and discover what these advancements can mean for your business, your teams, and your career. You'll get hands-on experience with powerful new AI capabilities designed for every role and every function, walking away, I hope, with real skills you can use immediately. Most importantly, you'll be part of a global community, connecting with experts and practitioners who share your passion for learning, innovating, and leading through change. So I hope you register today and invite others in your network to join us. I can't wait to see you there.